Hey, what's going on, everyone? Ryan710 here, and today we're going to be continuing with Code Vein. I want to continue this part, and I want to finish the, other part where you go to the, what was it, the, I'm trying to remember what it was called. It's kind of like a mountain area, but it's supposed to be like, it was underwater, but the water's all dried out. I forgot what it's called, but anyway, we're going to continue this part. And then after that, and then, you know, we'll do this part, and then after that, then we'll do the other part, and then I think when we get to the cathedral, we'll stop there. Especially because that one's gonna take a while to do. That one's definitely my least favorite of them, is the cathedral. Because it's just so convoluted. Because there's so many, like, areas and stuff to go through. It's ridiculous. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. There you go.
Did you find something good?
Alright, let's keep going. We have to fight a boss right here.
It's hard to keep my balance.
Why? Don't worry. It'll be clean.
Stop! Nicola!
Alright, before I... Hold on. Let me close my window real quick. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Alright.
What is that?
Getting in the way of my TV. Alright. Let's do this boss now. This boss is a bit of a pain because she'll slow you down.
Damn it. Where'd he run off to? These ashes are the boys. Something's coming.
It's the water waifu. That's what I call her. Yeah, I hate she does this stupid slang attack. There we go. Back. Gotta start throwing water now. Heal quickly. God, man, I hate that move so much. I'm slow now. Me up right now. Oh, it's like even if you block her, you get slowed down too. God damn it. Thank you. Let me get her up there. That is so cheap, man. I hate that. That if you get revived and she's in the middle of that spinning move, she still hurts you. That is so cheap, man. I hate that. I hate that attack so much.
Good morning.
I mean, I don't really care that I lost my haze, because I have tons of it anyway. I'm pretty much upgraded, so... Still, that doesn't mean I like dying against this boss. Where's my I think... No, I don't. I need to change that right now. Wait, slow. The Slovak. That. Have any? There we go. Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
First. Alright, let's go.
Fight freely.
There we go. Me up quickly. There we go. We got her up there. Come on, I dodged. Good deal. There we go. There you go, gotcha. Freaking a-hole. That stupid AO can run now where she belongs.
Damn it.
Mia, I'll be back.
Sorry, but it's time.
You shouldn't sleep so late, you know. She's gonna be mad at me.
Remember, once you're in there, you're in forever. Are you really sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I want to keep Mia safe.
You have a noble spirit, Nicola. I respect that.
This song always gives me Nier vibe. Always gives me that.
I think that memory was from the boy. What exactly was going on? A snowy mountain. Is something there?
You saw who was there with the kid, right? How do you think those two know each other? What the hell is going on?
Stupid bot. Hold on. There.
What was all of that? Damn! She's losing herself! She needs blood. Right. Then we're going back to base.
Hey, Flea Fly, how you doing? How you doing, Captain? It's good to see you. I just finished fighting that one boss where that one water chick that uses a spear. That's what I was fighting not too long ago. How are you? I'm doing good. Just playing some Code Vein. I wanted to finish. I want to play a little more because the last stream I did, I had to cut it off because I had to eat dinner. So wanted to play it a little. Hate that water boss? Yeah, me too. I hate him. I hate her as well. Because especially because she does that stupid spinning attack. And what it's stupid is if you get revived and you're in the and she's in the middle of it, you'll die again instantly. I'm like, sheesh, that is not fair. And I'll hold L1 to keep myself safe, and I'll still get hit. I'm like, sheesh, how is this even fair?
Okay.
Plus, it doesn't help that even if you block her attacks, you'll get slowed down. Exactly, not to mention status influx. Yeah, that too. And what sucks is even if you block the attacks, you still get slowed down. So you pretty much have to avoid her attacks entirely. You know, you pretty much need slow, anti-slow, and slow vaccines equipped on you when you're in that fight. And thing is also, if you're gonna use it, you're gonna have to wait till she's not attacking. Like, she's already attacking, but she's like distracted with your partner or something. Far away from my favorite. Yeah, definitely not one of my favorite bosses to fight. Definitely my least favorite. Though definitely not as annoying as Mido. Vito is definitely one of the more annoying fights. Funny enough, actually, one of the more easier boss fights, actually, funny enough, is the, I forgot the name, but it's the one you fight before the final boss. Like, what was it, when you're in that throne room, you have to fight Sylvia, but he's, like, in two forms. You have to fight Sylvia, but there was, like, two forms of him. The first one was actually not too bad, actually, funny enough. At first, I thought it was hard, but actually, you can pretty much block a lot of his attacks, actually. I would equip, what was it? I would use this one skill where, it would, reduce your stamina. The one reborn, is that it? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think that's the name, yeah. But all I have to do is just I make it to where my defense is strong and my stamina doesn't go down as quickly, and I can pretty much block a lot of his attacks. I gotta open that door. Alright. Yeah, like, I just use a lot of defensive spells and stuff, and stamina, and I can pretty much block a lot of his attacks. He doesn't really have any attacks. I think he does have one that can break your guard, but a lot of his attacks you can pretty much block most of the time. Now the second form, of course, is definitely harder. And he's bigger, you can't really block his attacks as much. His first form actually isn't too bad. I mean, I died a couple of times, but that was only because I didn't know what to expect. But after I fought him for a while, I pretty much now knew, like, oh, I could just use this and I can block pretty much a lot of his attacks, no problem. I remember second one being way too fast, just ended up dodging a lot instead of his attacks. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing too, also that's really cheap about his second form, is he does this thing where he shoots like this thing in the air and multiple projectiles come down. It's hard to dodge. It's not like you can just spam dodge all the time and stuff, or even time it, because there's just so many that it's hard to predict where you're gonna get hit. Oh, I haven't done this yet. Might as well. This. But, yeah, it's ridiculous trying to dodge that one projectile attack that he does where multiple projectiles hit you. It's ridiculous. I'm like, sheesh, man. How am I supposed to avoid that attack? And I'll try and use teleport, but it still doesn't work. There's just way too many to avoid. And I don't think I can block it either. I don't think. Because I think I tried blocking, I think it would break my guard quickly. And it feels like it's just like whether you get hit or not. Maybe there's a safe spot, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. It just feels like luck. There were a few times where I did avoid, but a lot of the times I kept getting hit. I'm like, sheesh, like what am I supposed to do against this thing? Or what am I supposed to do to avoid this attack? Like, I can't even, it's just really ridiculous. I understand that they're always gonna have some kind of attack that's like, that you can't block, or that, like, you know, you're gonna have a hard time dodging stuff, but it's like, sheesh, it's like you gotta dodge at the specific point, like a really specific point. You know, it's just ridiculous. Alright. What NG plus level is on? If you talk about my own level, where is that? I'm level 190, and as for the difficulty, it's enhanced. it's enhanced difficulty, so everyone's a little harder than before. If I was playing on just the regular difficulty, like it didn't change, I'd be killing everything within like a few hits. Like that one water chick, I would kill her instantly, pretty much. Not instantly, but like I would kill her in just a few hits. But obviously I'm playing on enhanced, so it makes everything a little harder, which definitely is the right move, because if I played it just normally, it definitely is gonna, it's just gonna be too easy. I love this blood veil so much. I always love that you get attacked from a distance.
One day. We can certainly use this.
You don't want it to be too easy. Yeah, yeah. You don't want it to be really easy. As much as I would like to just kill everything within a few hits, that's not really gonna make it fun for people to watch. I mean, there are things that I can still kill pretty quickly, even on the enhanced difficulty, but for the most part, everything is a little harder to kill, pretty much. Yep, look at this guy. I'm just trying to get rid of the nightmares of the tower levels still haunted by them. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too, the tower levels. I'm actually gonna do that once I'm finished with the story. I'm gonna try and do that next. I haven't done those yet though. I haven't done them on the regular or the enhanced. So, yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be hard though.
Trouble is waiting.
Before I go over there, right across there, I'm gonna try and go up there and open that door. That door, so that way when I spawn there, at least I can go back down here quickly. That really quick.
Sturdy.
Oh yeah, I think there's like a flip. Yeah.
Look at that.
Flip this. There we go. Also greet EO for Soul Calibur. Yeah, I want her in Soul Calibur so bad. I want her in Soul Calibur so badly. She'd be perfect. Really, I could see any of the characters from this game being in Soul Calibur. Not all of them, but at least the companion ones I can definitely see being in Soul Calibur. It'd be really weird if they decided to instead put them in Tekken. That'd be really weird. I wouldn't be 100% against it, but it would be a little out of place because obviously these characters are known more for using melee weapons, not really, you know, their bare hands. But to be fair, Yoshimitsu and Noctis do use swords, so take these guys out. There you go. Without bayonet rifle, this part's harder. You gotta deal with these idiots shooting at you. That's what you get for taunting. Well, not taunting, but you know, you get for screaming. You. Me, oh no, she's...
Did you find something good?
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Yeah, definitely. I would love to see any of these characters
They found
in Soul
something
Calibur.
valuable today.
I am curious how they would implement like the Blood Veil, because it is a weapon too. So I'm curious how they would implement that. To its yeah, yeah. Even though I'm all leveled up, these guys can still hit hard.
Use extra caution.
It's almost the equivalent of like you're like level 200 and you're against like a level 10 enemy, but like in 2 hits you're already like low on health. I'm trying to remember what game does that. It's like that. That like you'll be super high level, but these enemies will be lower and they'll still do a ton of damage. I'm trying to put well, Final Fantasy 15. That's one I could think of. Final Fantasy 15. There are enemies that like I'll be like. I'm trying to remember what I am. I think I'm level 99 in that game, and there'll be enemies that are like 40, like level 40, and I'll still take a ton of damage. Pretty much every Dark Souls game. Yeah, pretty much. No matter how much health you have or how leveled you are, you're still gonna take a ton of damage. Like that guy right now, the guy that shot me, he did a ton of damage to me. Or never mind, okay. She got him. Never played the Final Fantasy game yet, didn't know it worked like that. Yeah, it's... what was it, it's a... because when I play that game, the one thing I've really noticed, you never want to fight anyone that's higher than your level. Even if it's just a few levels up, you never want to do that. The only time you want to fight something, especially if it's hard, is if you're like way above their level. And even then, even if you're like, don't even fight them if you're like 10 levels above them. You want to pretty much, I mean, obviously if you have to fight them and you're only 10 levels above, pretty much yeah. But for the most part, even if you're all leveled up, you still need to be cautious. Pretty much any enemy that's close to your level, whether it's above or below, especially below, you need to be cautious. Because even if you're super high level, some enemies can do some serious damage. You know, I mean, not all. Some enemies, like, I'll be like higher level than them, and they'll go down pretty quickly. But others, no. I'll be like 50 levels above, and they'll still do tons of damage to me. It's funny because it's really weird because it's almost like the regular enemies do more damage, but when you go against the bosses, it's like you'll end up destroying them. Not always, but for the most part, it's like you'll destroy them, no problem. But yeah, you know, it's still a really fun game though. I still really like it. When you do get the what was it, the ring in 15, it can do some serious damage against some enemies. I mean, it doesn't kill all of them quickly, but for some enemies, it destroys them. And the thing is that you don't have to get close to them. I wonder, previous Final Fantasy games from what I recall didn't have that feature, but could be interesting. Yeah, I mean, what was it, like, Remake? There is a level, but really, it's not necessarily like enemies have a level, to be honest. Hey, get off of her. Leave her alone. You're trying to kill my waifu. But the, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, like, you do have a level, but the enemies don't really have levels, actually. It's more of, like, just, as you level up, you just start killing the enemies more quickly. And it really comes down to just, like, you know, EO for waifu of the decade. Yes, definitely. Absolutely. Not just of the decade, of all time, pretty much. Best waifu of all time. But yeah, like, it's definitely, like, you know, it's pretty much a case of, like, what magic you bring and how upgraded you are. That's really what it comes down to, pretty much. Need to get a list going there. Yeah. What are you laughing at? And not laughing now, are you?
I've come back to life again.
Alright, now we're gonna fight that butterfly thing now. If it's worth it then I will play at some point. We'll need to make a lot of time for it, I think, though. There's supposed to be loads of content, I heard. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that game. Especially if you get the Royal Edition, which definitely get that. If you're gonna get 15, definitely get the Royal Edition, because not only do you get extra, like, stuff in the main game, but you also get the, I think the 3 extra DLCs. You'll get the 3 extra story DLCs. Fishing guide. Yeah, definitely go with that version. That's the version definitely I recommend. Before we go on, let me activate all this stuff first. Oh, wait a minute, actually, I need to bring, do I have, let me do that real quickly. I shouldn't have activated my stuff, but where's my Venom? There. And where's the Venom X? Going past. There we go. Alright, let's go. I'll activate this too. There. My second worst boss. Yeah, this one's also pretty annoying. Especially obviously because you gotta worry about the poison stuff.
Let go of me!
We lost the race. Well, strength succeeds where speed fails.
Wait, this place is...
Hurry it up, damn wretch! Without your blood, we'll all suffer. Or didn't you think about that when you ran off?
The butterfly waifu.
Take him somewhere safe.
You owe me for this.
Oh yeah, another thing too, I wonder how they'll do the magic in, like if they put any of these characters in Soul Calibur, how the magic will work. I think probably what they'll do is they'll make it an unbreakable attack. Probably they'll do that.
Watch yourself.
I think Unbreakable's the... What was it? Because there's... Yeah, I think Unbreakable's the, What was it? I think Unbreakable's the, Is that the lightning one, or is that the fire one? No, what was it? Unbreakable's the lightning one, and fire is the unblockable. That's what it is. Okay, she's weakened. Man. I hate that move. She's gonna... Yep, she's gonna heal real quickly. There. Me real quickly. Alright. Try to be very careful not to get hit. I got Venom. Me. Where's my, here. Come on. Man, she takes forever. My goodness. Thank you, Leo. Let me heal her real quickly. The thing I hate is when she does that, you have to be careful because the camera flips, that's a thing, so it kind of messes you up. close. I think it's better if I just don't walk onto her when she does that. At least so that way I don't mess up. Oh, man. There. Come on. A little more. Come on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice. First try. That's what I'm talking about. GG. GG indeed, Flea Flight. GG indeed.
You awake? You? I remember you. Where's the girl? Answer me! Where did you take her?
We're taking custody of the girl.
We're not gonna let you pull a Konami
That
on her.
human belongs to us. We will take her back.
Humans aren't property. They have the same right to live that any of us do.
Don't give me that noble act. They have no rights. And why shouldn't we feed on them? We're the ones keeping them safe after all. Why were we kicked out of our graves? Who did we die for? Again and again at the Queen's hand. We writhe with this terrible thirst. We live in fear of joining the ranks of the lost. And for whose sake? It's all in the service of humans. If blood is the only price they have to pay, then they have a pretty good deal. That doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want with them.
I think this is the only time we actually see a pistol in the game, actually. Because every once I don't remember seeing a pistol.
It's not like we're choosing to live this way because it's such a barrel of laughs.
You gotta be alright if you pull
That should be
Konami.
enough to
Yeah,
get you through a
Fleety,
month or
yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Hold on a minute.
Just make sure that you and I never cross paths again. This is your one and only warning.
No way. The Crimson Sword?
I don't recall seeing a pistol anywhere else. Yeah, this is the only time I've seen Yakumo use a pistol. Which is kind of funny because I'm like, why not have, like, it would be cool to actually have pistols as a weapon. Like, maybe you could do some, like, gun kata kind of stuff. That actually would be cool, actually, in a sequel. They could implement handguns. You can use them as sort, kind of like a bayonet rifle, but it's quicker, you know? Like, probably it'll be like, you have to be more close quarters. Like, maybe that you could use more of your fist and stuff, and, like, kicks and stuff. That's what it could be, actually. That could be cool, actually, in a sequel, that they could do. You could probably, like, do some, like, gun kata kind of stuff, and you can use the pistols, and it'll use up I-core the same way that when you shoot the bayonet rifle, it uses up your I-core as well. That actually would be really cool. I don't know if they will do that, but that would be cool. Plus, it's not necessarily like this is like, you know, Dark Souls where there's no guns or anything. Obviously there are guns because you can use a rifle.
Okay.
And as you saw there, Yakumo had a
Trace
pistol.
the flow of the
So
blood beads from here.
that definitely would be
Just a
cool.
sec. Give me a moment to finish this, then we can head out.
Guardian confirmed working on Covain too. Yeah. If I was working on that, not only would I do that, I would also add romance options. That's what I would do too.
We set? Alright then.
I really do hope this game gets a sequel. I really do hope.
I know you're there.
It's a lot of fun, this game.
What are you?
Stay back! I'm the one who decides how I live. I won't listen to you anymore.
That's fine. Just put down the knife.
I'm sick and tired of it. Day after day, having my blood sucked
I like
by
to see
every
a sequel to
passing
the game.
revenant.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see a sequel as
I'm not
well.
an animal.
I think it's definitely,
You're
there's a
right.
chance. Because this game sold, what was it, I think
can
a
help
million copies, I think. I
know
mean, that may
someone
not
who can
necessarily
take you to one
be
of the
a
government shelters
huge
for
amount
humans.
compared to the Dark Souls games. Because what was it, Dark Souls 3 I think sold over 10 million. So it didn't really reach that high.
You
you
won't
know,
have to
or
spend
some
your
other games like
days living in
Tekken,
fear
but
of
that's not too
revenants
bad
anymore.
still. Million still
You
isn't
will be
bad. That's
asked
still
to
pretty
donate blood.
good. And this game isn't really like as advertised as much as those
It's a
games.
trick. Do you really think I'm going to fall for that?
I think there is a small chance that they could do a sequel, which I really do hope.
Everything
I really
you
do
need to
hope.
know is on that paper. You're the one who decides how you live.
But why?
I think the time for sacrifices is over. That's all. All right, we should hurry.
Plus, also, it could be possible that they might do a crossover with God Eater, because this game is supposed to be connected to God Eater. It's supposed to be actually set in the same universe, is what it is. I can't remember how, because I never played those
This thing
games.
is huge.
But it's supposed to connect to those games, actually. I think, what was it, because on the one part when that, I forgot what it's called. It's that force field that you can't get through in this city. It's like that blood force field that you can't get through. What was it? Because when it deactivates, then monsters just, and it's supposed to be from the God Eater games. I don't remember what those things are called, but it's supposed to be from that game. So, yeah, in a sense, this is sort of like, kind of like how Persona is connected to Shin Megami Tensei, because Persona is connected to Shin Megami Tensei, in a sense. It is connected. Oh. I wonder then, because I just been reading up some stuff. Bandai Namco are
This
working
place
on
has
another.
changed completely too.
Yeah. Seems like everything's changed.
Scarlet
since the
Nexus.
Great Collapse.
Yeah, that game looks cool.
The only
It
thing that
definitely
stayed
gives
the
me a bit
same
of a
is our
Code Vein
appearance.
vibe, definitely. Definitely gives me that vibe. I'm gonna be laughing if that game connects to this
Come
game.
on.
So now we got three
We'll
games
find
that
the
connect
source
to
by
each other.
It's my fault.
But I don't think so. I think it's
Say
gonna be its
something,
own
Looney.
game, probably.
No. Why didn't I?
I'm pretty excited for that game.
Is this really my...
Code Vein connections, but also looking forward to that one too. Yeah, it could be possible. It could be. It's almost like, what was it? It actually is like a mix between this game and Astral Chain. It gives me those vibes with how it is. That's what I'm getting from it.
Hey there, Louie. Are your classes done for the day?
Is Cruz
That's a
awake
good
yet?
description. Yeah, looking
She
forward to
sure
that.
is. In fact, she seems to be
Yeah,
in a good mood
same.
today, too.
I'm excited
Come
for
on,
that
Lucy.
game.
Here's your visitation pass.
Thanks.
And then, what did the
Maybe when they're
professor
done with
say?
that game, then maybe they'll do a sequel to this one.
Well, there's no
I don't know.
cure like the obscure.
We'll see. But I hope that's the case.
Another groaner.
I hope the experiment ends soon. So, how are you feeling?
I'm fine.
If it's not a
Could
Code
be
Vein
worse.
sequel, it will hopefully
Your
start
sister's been taking
they
good
do
care of
one.
me, so-
Yeah, that would definitely, like, even if it's, well, even if it doesn't necessarily play, I don't really expect it to play exactly like Code Vein.
So I'll be
I probably
okay.
expect it to play a little more like,
Enough about that.
like Astral Chain or DMC. I'd probably expect it to play more like that, and I'm definitely fine with that. I don't really need it to play exactly like, Code Vein. As long as the game is fun and the action's cool, I definitely don't mind if it isn't.
You're here early
If it
again,
doesn't
Louie.
play like Code
Is
Vein,
school
I
on
don't
break
mind.
right now?
Yeah. The professors are devoting all their time to research lately. How's Cruz?
Well, we're having a hard time suppressing what's causing the rejection. Ordinarily, we wouldn't let you see her.
I see. Thanks. I appreciate it. Does it hurt?
Yeah. Why?
I just hope that if they do a sequel to Code Vein, it's not a next-gen exclusive. That's what I'm hoping. Like, if they want it to be cross-gen, that's fine, but I hope it's not, like, a next-gen title. Hope that's not the case. Because, like, Scarlet Nexus is cross-gen. It's gonna be PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, you know, so... You know, I hope it's more like that, like it's cross-generation. I hope it's not next-gen, you know? Especially since it's hard to get next-gen consoles. It's hard to get them. So, hopefully they don't make it just next-gen. Kind of like what, was it what Square Enix did with Final Fantasy VII Remake? It's stupid that the updated version, which has the Tifa DLC, it's only for next gen. I'm like, why do that? Why not just make it everyone has it? Like, I understand, like, you know, the enhancements stuff, like, I understand that's gonna be for the next gen consoles, but the story DLC, I'm like, why make it to where it's only for next gen? Especially because, like I said before, it's hard to get those consoles now. So, yeah. Dumb decisions. Yeah. Square pretty much pulled the Konami right there. They pretty much pulled the Konami, and as we always say, never pull a Konami. You never do that. I hope not, and I doubt that will be exclusive. Yeah. I think they'll probably make it cross-gen. I think it'll probably be cross-gen. I really do hope it's not next-gen only. I hope they don't... Square Enix equals Konami. Oh god. I mean, I'll give Square Enix this, at least a little bit of credit. At least they do try to make good games. They're definitely not necessarily the most well-liked development or developer in video games. But I'll give them credit for at least making good games. Whereas Konami isn't exactly trying anymore. They're pretty much sticking to pachinko machines and stuff. Pretty much the real last big game is MGS Survive. That's really their last big game, you know.
I'm still not completely sure what happened back then.
And then if you want to get more, and then if you want to talk about their last successful game, that's definitely Metal Gear 5. Phantom Pain. That's definitely their last successful game. Much.
That was real. A genuine memory from my past. From when Cruz frenzied. Guess I can't really hide anything from you, huh?
Especially this game isn't on Switch. I'm surprised this game isn't on Switch. Because, what was it? Because, God Eater, was it 3, I think? 3 or 4? It's on well, it used to be just PlayStation, but then they added the latest one to Switch. I'm surprised this game isn't on Switch. Especially since this game is connected to
Nobody would want to relive that.
to God Eater. So I'm surprised it's not on Switch.
I couldn't stop
It can't be
Cruz
because
from
it
going into a
wouldn't
frenzy.
handle this game. This game isn't
So many
exactly
people
like
lost their
a
lives,
powerhouse.
including my sister.
Because it even
I
use
wanted to
because
forget my frailty.
because it even uses, I think it does use the same engine
But
as God Eater,
if we can
because
find
this is
the
the
source
Unreal
and ensure a
engine,
stable
and that's an
supply
engine
of
that's
blood beads,
really easy to
revenants
put
will be freed
on
from their
pretty much
thirst.
any gaming device. It's not.
Once
Thought
that
it would be.
happens,
Yeah.
there'll no longer be any
I don't know
need
why
for
they never
Silva's
put this on
levy system,
Switch.
and
This game would be
humans and
perfect on
revenants will
Switch.
finally
This is the
be
kind of
able
game
to
that if
live
I had a
together in
Switch,
peace.
I'd definitely be playing if I was like going out or something. Especially on a
Let me
road
take
trip. On a
responsibility
road
for my
trip,
past.
I would definitely just be playing this all day,
Let's
pretty
stay
much.
together. And stop talking about it. Let's get it done. Are we ending this nightmare or what? You can't charge forward if you're always looking back. Yeah, I know.
And if anything, if I remember, I could be wrong, but I think Kingdom Hearts... Oh, I don't think... No, I don't think Kingdom Hearts 3 is on Switch, no. I don't think so. Now that game I think would be actually like, it would definitely take up a lot of power on the Switch, I think. I don't know. Right up trenches, alright. This Covey enhances your road trip by 67%, increased to 92% if you choose EO. Yes, a road trip with EO, that's the best, pretty much. That's the sole reason why I would want to not switch, is so I can go on a road trip with EO.
Did you find something good?
Because what was it? They did put, because Dark Souls is on the Switch. They did put Dark Souls Remaster on Switch, so it's not like the Switch couldn't handle a Souls game. It definitely could. Sounds like a great idea. Yeah, definitely. It definitely would be awesome, you know? Because, I mean, yeah, it's on multiple platforms, but, you know, what makes the Switch unique is it's because it's portable. It's a hybrid. It's portable and a home console. So a game like this would definitely be perfect on it.
See something up there.
You know, it's one thing if this game is like, it takes up a lot of like power to, you know, for it to work on a console. That's one thing. Like I can understand like, you know, like Final Fantasy 15 and stuff. Like I can understand those games, you know, because they're very like, you know, they take up a lot of power, and the Switch wouldn't be able to handle it, you know, because it's. Not saying that the Switch is ugly or anything, you know. It's just that, like, you know, it's not exactly a powerhouse, you know. You know. It's just not a powerhouse compared to, you know, the Xbox or the PlayStation, and of course PC. It's not as powerful as those, but it can definitely handle some games that, even if they are, like, you know, you know, like, you know, it definitely can handle games that aren't powerful graphics-wise. It definitely would be able to handle those. Like Bayonetta, it can handle that, which is I actually find kind of funny. Actually, I find it funny that Bayonetta works, but for some reason Vanquish they didn't put on the Switch.
Slowly now.
It's not exactly like it's a new game or anything. It's an old game. It's over 10 years old. Well, soon it's gonna be 11 years old. Soon. So, and the engine it uses, it's not like it's super powerful. It's a pretty simple engine. So.
Heading there now.
And I think too also is because I don't need a game to look like, you know, like it's a like it's 100% like next gen stuff. I'm not saying that, you know, I don't want games to look better and stuff. I'm not saying I don't want games to look better, but I don't really need them to be like, you know, these really like, you know, fantastic like you know, I don't need a game to have like really like fantastic like, you know, graphics and stuff. As long as the gameplay is fun, I don't really care on how it looks. Because if that was the case, if I cared only about graphics, I wouldn't be playing this, Tekken, Soul Calibur, I wouldn't be playing those. That is funny, like, wonder if it's how they program the games, so how they can get them to fit onto Switch.
You're expected to pull your own weight in this squad.
I mean, because the other thing too also is because I can understand there not being games that are like really like heavy on like on graphics and stuff, because the Switch, the physical copies for the Switch, they're small. The little card things they're pretty small, so I imagine they wouldn't necessarily hold a ton of power and stuff. But obviously I could be wrong. I'm no expert when it comes to like hardware and stuff, but I imagine that's what it is. Same here, graphics aren't everything, and they don't make a game on its own. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, obviously, like, you know, I'm not saying that I just want the graphics to be ugly, but as long as they're, you know, good for the most part, and, you know, as long as they're good for the most part, I don't care. As long as the gameplay is fun, that's what's gonna matter, because if the gameplay isn't good, everything else isn't gonna matter. After all, we've seen games that have really good graphics, but if the gameplay isn't fun, it's not gonna mean much in the end, because it's boring. You know, either it's boring or it's just not fun.
Did you find something good?
Because some people tend to just only, like, you know, they only care about the graphics of it, and it's like, you know, like, it's not everything. Graphics aren't, you know, the whole game. After all, I mean, if we really did care about graphics, we wouldn't be playing any of the old games to this day. Like, I wouldn't be playing, like, Medal of Honor, or like Tekken 3, because those games, obviously, the graphics on them are obviously not as good as the graphics on, like, for, like, you know, nowadays. But I still play them, because they're fun. Good gameplay will pretty much last. You know, graphics aren't gonna last. At some point, they're gonna look dated. Not always, but they'll definitely look a little like, you know, like, this isn't as good as nowadays, you know. But the gameplay still will hold up. Exactly, why go back to it if it's not fun? Exactly. Exactly, if the gameplay isn't fun, you know, there's no reason to play it then. Even if the graphics are amazing, it's not gonna mean much. Still love playing MGS and all that. It's the gameplay that's more important. Graphics come second. But most seem to think it's the other way around. Yeah. You know, and that's another great example. Metal Gear Solid, that's another great example. Like, the graphics, I mean, it's pretty funny nowadays because of how, like, there's no lip syncing on the characters because they have to move their head and stuff for it to look like they're talking. But the thing is, the reason why it's so much fun is because of the gameplay, because it still holds up. And actually, the voice acting too holds up too, actually. And especially from the time it was in, it's really impressive for its time, the voice acting. And still to this day, honestly, it even is better than some voice acting nowadays, actually. You know, I mean, yeah, it's a little silly at times, especially with how Snake, like, has to question almost everything. But for the most part, the voice acting is really good. So for that game, not only is it the gameplay that's aged well, but the voice acting as well, too. And that's the thing, you know, it's not just a case of, like, you know, like the graphics, because, you know, because, like I said before, graphics over time, they're gonna look dated, you know. But what's gonna keep you coming back is, of course, the gameplay is fun. That's what's gonna keep you to keep coming back. Sheesh, that guy could not attack.
What's hidden in there?
Voice acting is great, but yeah, the graphical nature of the game is silly, but doesn't get in the way. Exactly.
Aren't you going to pick that up? We found
Exactly.
something valuable today.
And same with Medal of Honor, like, yeah, like, that game, graphics-wise, yeah, it doesn't look as good as some games nowadays, but that doesn't change that it's, you know, it's still a fun game, regardless of the graphics. It's still a fun game to play. I mean, that's why people, you know, still play, you know, PS1, PS2, PS3, they still play those games, you know? And that's also why
Can certainly use this.
companies still release old games and stuff, you know? Like, Capcom wouldn't be releasing the old Street Fighter games if they weren't fun. They still release them. Pretty much every console generation, they release the old games. So, if those games weren't, if people really did care about graphics, those companies would not be releasing the old games on newer hardware. You know.
I hear something overhead. That lighthouse is
I'm trying to think of another,
I pray there's something
there's another,
valuable inside.
old game that I also play that's, like, graphics-wise hasn't aged well, but it still looks, still Siphon Filter. That's another great example. You know, like, graphics-wise, it's it's not great. And even some of the animations look really silly, like the standing animation. It just looks funny, because you're kind of like swaying left and right. Well, I don't know if that's the right word, but, you know, how you look and so, it's just funny how you look. But I still play it, because it's just a lot of fun. That's why I still play it. Siphon Filter is a good classic. Yeah, I love Siphon Filter. It's a lot of fun. I remember, what was it, the third one is the first one I've seen. That's the first one I've seen. That was one of the earliest PlayStation 1 games I remember seeing. I remember the taser. Oh man, the taser was so funny. I remember when I would play the game, I would just tase everyone. Just because it's so funny to do against them. It was a shame that we never got a remaster. And it's so funny because, like, compared to third-person shooters nowadays, it's definitely, like, I mean, obviously because of the time period where it came from, because that was back before third-person shooters were, you know, more, like, you know, modern and stuff, you know. It's kind of funny because instead of, like, you know, a simple, like, you know, crosshair and stuff, it's a lock-on system. It's what you use to aim. I mean, there is a manual lock-on, but it's not like, you know, where you can move and aim at the same time, you know. You know. Taser, yeah. I just keep using the taser over and over again. I love just spamming the taser over and over again. And the shotgun also is really fun to use. You just shoot them, one hit, and then they just go flying, pretty much. The only thing I didn't like with those games is I didn't like enemies with body armor, because they take so many hits. You pretty much needed to shoot them in the head to kill them. At least the good thing is when you kill them without destroying their armor, you can get the armor as well, so that's good at least. But yeah, it was still really annoying. That was definitely the one aspect that I do not like in that game, is how when enemies have body armor, it can take a lot of shots. You pretty much needed to go for the head. But aside from that, yeah, the game's really fun. They were like tanks then. Yeah, pretty much. That's basically what they were. And there were silly things, like for example when you're against the was it the final boss in the first one. I find it funny that, like, he's wearing body armor, so you can't shoot him, but you can't even shoot him in the head either. Like, you have to use a poison grenade on him. I'm like, what sense does that make that you can't do a headshot on him? It'd be one thing if he was like, if he has a helmet that's like really like strong, so that's one thing. Oh man, I can't block that attack, I forgot. But it is funny though. I do find that funny. And then what was in the second one? Like the dude had body armor also. At least in that one, like he had body armor that was hard to break. But for some reason, it wasn't wearing a helmet. And you couldn't shoot him in the head. You had to, what was it? You had to shoot him into a chopper. That's what it was. You had to knock him into the chopper and cut his head off. It is fun because I'm like, why would you wear just the body armor and not a helmet? Why is it you don't wear body armor and a helmet? But then again, if he did, you wouldn't be able to kill him then. Wouldn't be able to kill him then, so. I really do hope that those games get remastered. I'm sure, like, if they did a remake, they're gonna modernize it to make it to where it's more like a traditional third person, but it would be nice if they kept the original controls with the lock-on stuff. That way, at least it's a little more authentic. But if they were gonna modernize it, I wouldn't blame them. And obviously, those controls, you know, are really weird to play. I'm sure if someone that's played tons of third-person shooters, they played that game, they'd be like, what the heck? Like, what is this lock-on and stuff, you know? Obviously, for me, it wouldn't bother me, because I'm pretty much... Would be cool if they did. Would be fun. Yeah, definitely. It definitely would be cool. I'm trying to remember. I think the last one was Logan Shadow on PSP. That was the last one, I think. And they haven't done another one since, unfortunately. Which really sucks. Because that's such a fun game.
We found it. What's that doing there? We can breathe easy for a while. A map of the depths. Davis said he wants one.
And another thing too, also, I would like to see Namco release like a Tekken collection. I don't know why they never did that. I'm surprised. I need to leave you alert, very tired. Okay, Fleetfly, no worries. You're good. But we'll stay on stream to help. Okay, Fleetyfly, okay, no worries. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming here. No worries. If you need to get some sleep, you gotta get sleep. That's just how it works.
If one of us were to fall here. It looks like there's no water left here.
Guy around. PM here, Blade work in the morning, but you have an awesome stream. Okay, Fleetfly, no worries. I hope that tomorrow goes well. You don't have work is, you know, it's not a pain.
We can
Stuff.
certainly use this.
No worries. It's understandable. You have work, yeah, you gotta make sure you're all rested up.
I sense enemies everywhere.
Always a pain, but it's fine. All the best, bud. Yeah, same to you, Fleetfly. I hope it goes. I hope it's not too much of a pain tomorrow. And I always appreciate you coming there. I always appreciate it. You know, don't worry about like, you know, oh, like, you know, I missed your stream. Don't worry about that. If you have something important to do, you know, don't worry about it. You know, especially since you can always check out my stream on like YouTube and stuff. So you don't need to worry about like, you know, you don't always have to like show up when I'm live and stuff. You know.
Nothing gets past you, huh?
I know, appreciate you as well. I always like watching your cats up streams. Okay, Fleetfly, good night. Have a good rest, and I hope that like I said before, I hope your work goes well tomorrow. Thank you for showing up. I always appreciate it. I hope you continue to make great streams. I hope you continue to make great, you know, streams as well. Here we go.
at that. I believe we can climb that. Such menace. Nothing gets past you, huh?
Let me get these guys.
Careful you don't fall. Fantastic. We can certainly use this. This isn't the best place to fight.
Always hate him. He has the gun. Alright, that's everything. Alright, now we're gonna now. I'm actually gonna go to a missile. Even though I have 60 like I have 60 max on my core, I want generation. I need some generation.
Shall we go down?
Or well, actually, it is better if I do it here, just in case, because I don't want to. If I die, I don't want to end up going all the way back. So, plus also I should level 2. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. There you go. Actually, don't know what's the maximum level for ranking. Actually, travel everything. There. Alright, let's go. Now we gotta fight this thing. This thing likes to keep spawning in enemies. I hate bosses do that. At least the good thing is he only spawns like 1 or 2 at least. Still, they're the big ones though. So. I think if I destroy those shell things, they won't spawn. Let's fight this thing now.
Give it all you got.
Yeah. There. And he gets some stamina back. Let me heal quickly right now. There. There. Oh my god, sheesh. That was like my whole health bar. God dang it, this thing. Thank you, Eo. Heal real quick. Then I'll heal quickly. There. She can't revive. Oh, she got me just in time. Come on. There you go. This guy does like pretty much 100% damage on me. Sheesh. Oh my god, man. Thank you, EO. Gotta be careful with this idiot. Okay. Let me heal again real quickly. There. Just in case, because I don't want to get killed in one hit. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Gonna do that thing again? Okay, he did it to EO. Want EO to keep hitting him. If she's hitting. I don't think so. No, she keeps missing. Here, let me get it quickly. There. What's he gonna do? Okay, he's gonna do that thing again. I'm sick of this stupid thing doing these damn attacks, man. Cheap bastard. Alright, there we go. Gotcha. And this stupid one-hit attacks. Like every hit he does, it takes like 99% of my health. But we're done with that. Now we gotta get to the cathedral now, which I'm not gonna do in this stream. That's a very convoluted place. So I want to save that for some other time.
So, where are you dragging us off to next? What?
The blood vein here leads to the old city ruins.
Huh? Wait, hold on a second. Shouldn't it lead from the old city ruins?
Singing.
Hey, look at that. It's him.
Careful. It's the hunter.
Is that woman his partner?
I wouldn't mind either of these two in Soul Calibur. I mean, definitely Io would be my pick, but if it wasn't her, I definitely wouldn't mind Jack or I wouldn't mind them. They're both cool characters.
I don't know what your story is, but let go of the woman. Now. What the?
Where'd they go? What just happened?
We found something valuable today.
Alright, now we gotta head back to the base now. And after that, then we gotta get to the cathedral. I'm gonna get to the first missile when we get to the cathedral, and then I'm gonna stop the stream there. Because that part's gonna be a pretty long one, and also confusing too. Even though, like, I'm doing Nukem Plus and everything's revealed already, it's still gonna be a pain. Trying to figure out where to go and stuff. There's lots of... And the worst part is because this is where I actually have to find the vestiges. Because to get the good ending, I have to make sure that I have to make sure that I get all the vestiges so that way the successor can get their memory back. So, yeah. So I'm gonna have to look everywhere, making sure that, you know, I don't miss any of them. Because if I miss one and I can't get their memories, then pretty much I'm not gonna get a good ending. Which is what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go for the best ending. Was it because I already got the good ending my first try. Then the second try, I got the neutral ending. I haven't gotten the bad ending yet, but that one's definitely gonna be the worst. That one's definitely gonna be the worst.
Wait, let me go with you.
You shouldn't sleep so late, you know? Where... Where am I? Nicola!
Wait!
I want to keep me as safe.
Don't go, Nicola!
A dream?
But that means... this place...
What exactly is going on here anyway? Why does every blood vein we find lead back to the old city ruins?
The key to finding the source is there. That's all I can say for certain.
Sure, but we've been everywhere we can...
Try here. You know the statue of the goddess in the ruins? There's a mechanism inside of it.
I see. So that's our ticket.
Hey, are you sure you should be up and about?
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry for causing you so much trouble. I'm fine now. I hope I'll get a chance to repay you.
That information is more than enough.
There's a favor I'd like to ask. I'd like you to tell me how to get here. Please, it's really important to me. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I'd love to tell you, if I knew.
I'm not sure of the path there myself. Other than that, it's sealed off by miasma.
I see. Sorry, I don't mean to make demands of you.
It's not impossible, though. We were able to pass through the miasma. Thanks to our friend here.
If you decide to stay with us, I'm sure we'll find the way to your snowy mountain eventually.
Of course, you would need to help us out with our objective first.
I'm glad to do whatever you need me to. As long as I end up reaching my destination.
We have a deal. Good to have you along.
Likewise.
Well, great. I guess that's settled then. You are now officially one of our friends.
Friends?
I'm Yakumo. This brainiac here is Louis. And... Huh? Where'd Murasame and Io get to?
I mean, if that's okay.
It is.
Actually, I don't think we've gotten your name yet.
Oh, I'm Mia Karnstein, and I'm good in a fight if you guys ever need the help.
Yeah, you sure did a number on Yakumo.
Seriously, that really hurts. Glad to have you on our side, Mia.
It's funny because your character never talks. Well, at least not until the end. Then all of a sudden your character can talk now.
There! That mountain
Everyone's stuff is fixed up and ready to go.
Oh, you're an angel, Murasame. Sorry we're always piling up the work on you.
Well, you'll find the source for sure this time, right? I look forward to hearing your report when you get back.
Look at all this stuff. Did you gather it yourself?
Oh, you're feeling better! That's great! I was worried about you. Hey, you and I are about the same age, aren't we? We're gonna be besties, I can tell.
She's like that with everyone. Just smile and nod and it'll be fine.
Now, those aren't for you, Io. We wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Unfortunately, she has been getting hurt a lot.
No need to rush recklessly into battle. There are people waiting for us at home after all. And without them, well, where would we be?
Oh, Yakumo looks sad.
Give me a break. And don't look at me like that. It's no big deal, okay? My friends are important. They're like family to me. My friends were all scattered after the Great Collapse. I don't even know if any of them survived. But every time we go somewhere new, I keep an eye out for them. Anyway, I count myself lucky. I went through some really nasty rejections back when I became a Revenant. Honestly, I was right on the brink of losing myself. It was my friends that pulled me back, kept me safe. Bunch of sentimental fools. I'll keep them safe, no matter what happens. That's how much my friends mean to me. And now I've got 3 more sheep to look after. A man's work is never done. So just don't worry about it.
I love Io, she's so adorable.
Well, you're in awfully high spirits.
What do you mean?
Normally, you've got eyes like a dead fish. But now, you actually seem alive for once. I'm just glad you found some friends to cheer you up.
Friends? I suppose you're right.
It looks like everyone has gone to rest. It seems more cheerful here now. The atmosphere has brightened a lot since we first came.
I'm just popping in every now and again. Realize something about the male characters. They represent men in an awesome way. Not one of them looked down. Yeah, that is true.
Recently, I've been puzzled. If it is possible, I want to stay with you, just like the others.
That is true, yeah.
I thought about how I would like to come with you and help to make a difference, but it cannot be.
It takes some serious determination. You're definitely not wrong on that.
So I would only put you in danger.
You're definitely not wrong on that.
I have to continue doing what I must. That much I am sure of. confuses me. It's a strange sensation that wells up from within me. What is it?
Even what's his name, Mito, is like, you know, even he's not really like that either.
It could be. I'm not sure. It's a feeling as though something is pushing me.
Alright. Now we gotta get to the cathedral now. Of course, like I said before, I'm not gonna do the cathedral yet. I'm just gonna get to the first missile when we get there, and then I'll stop the stream. So that is gonna be a pain to get through. That is gonna be a pain. Not just enemies, but like map design wise, it's gonna be a pain. Here, and go to that statue.
How do you like exploring with me?
I always love exploring with you. I never get tired of it.
So, every spring we've found so far leads back to here. Come on, let's head in. The source can't be far off.
Another thing too, also, I would love to see, like, I think they probably will, if they do put in the Coven character, hopefully they put in a lot of the outfits and stuff from the game, from here into Soul Calibur. That'd be really cool. I gotta lunch. Which is another reason why I'm stopping here. I gotta go lunch.
There may be something up above.
Playing games on empty stomachs, never a good idea. Get this stuff here real quick.
Heading there now. Did you find something good? Davis said he wants one.
The cathedral. I do love this place, like design. I do like how it looks. It gives me a lot of like Bloodborne vibes, but it doesn't mean I like going through this area.
A labyrinth built in a scar on the land.
Okay, first missile. All right, I'm gonna stop the stream here now. Thank you everyone for showing up. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Fleet5, for showing up. I always appreciate you coming and watching my streams. definitely the next time when we continue this, we're definitely gonna be doing the cathedral, which again is gonna be a bane because it's a labyrinth pretty much. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But yeah, thank you for the stream. Awesome as always. Yeah, thank you, Fleefy. Thank you. I always really appreciate you coming. But yep, I'm gonna end the stream here. So thank you all for coming, and I'll see you in the next stream. So take care. Bye.